Welcome to the very first episode of the Unscathed Life Podcast. And I must say, it is truly wonderful, amazing, super exciting, incredible, and honestly, I could go on and on to have you here with me. You see, this podcast is a manifestation of one of my deepest, innermost desires. A desire to see people live as the highest expression and the most authentic version of themselves, regardless of what they have experienced in life. Isn't it true that our experiences, either good or bad, can sometimes leave something within us? When it is good, it shapes us for the better. However, for some, these negative experiences almost seem to perpetuate a cycle of self-doubt and a whole host of other things, which takes away from who they are or who they would have otherwise gone on to be. And you know what the super sad thing here is? More often than not, these people do not even realize or are unable to quantify the impact on them. So let's rewind for a bit, shall we? In case you're wondering, where did this all start? So I remember having a conversation with a good friend of mine a few months ago and telling her a little bit about my story, including some of the setbacks I have thankfully overcome to be here speaking to you. And her response, I thought, was really profound, and it hasn't left me since. She said, "Wow, Tonbra, I've known you for ages and I didn't ever know that this was your story. Oh my goodness, you don't look at all like some of the things you describe. You seem to have come through, almost unscathed." And just then it felt like she had hit, the perfect bullseye. I was like, the word resonated so much within me and I was like, yes, unscathed, that's it. That conversation has stayed with me since, and the more I reflect on it, the more it still speaks volumes to me. So let's unpack the word for a second, shall we? So I'll start with being scathed. So to be scathed is a word that refers to being harmed or injured. So therefore, being unscathed means to not be harmed, to not be injured or damaged. So I'm sure you must be listening to me and wondering, oh gosh, Tonbra, what happened to you? Did you escape an accident or something that could have physically harmed you? Well, I know it's almost kind of rude, a little rude or even dismissive to ask a question in response to another question. However, if you permit me, my question to you would be, is the avoidance of physical injury the only thing that qualifies someone as being unscathed? And my response to that would be no. You see, as a woman of faith, I heard something else when my friend said to me, "You don't look like what you have experienced." I heard the essence of what she was saying, which was just like the story in the Bible of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they were thrown into the fiery furnace and they came out unharmed. What I heard was, you have come through fire, but you do not smell of smoke. What she was really saying was, your mind is not harmed. Your mind doesn't seem injured. Your mind is not damaged. Your mind is unscathed. So living unscathed is a term I coined together to describe a state of mind that transcends adversities or setbacks. It is the conscious willing of your mind to push beyond any limitation, any and every limitation around your circumstances to manifest your highest self. To be unscathed is to be intentional about not letting any negativity from your past define your future. So the 5 words I use to describe unscathed living are, first and foremost, courage. It takes courage to confront your truths. It takes courage to look at yourself in the mirror and accept and almost even appreciate some of the impact your experiences have had on you. The truth is that courage is the first step, and it is what you must do in order to move forward. Next is resilience. This is the language we speak on this podcast, by the way. And it lives in the decision you make to bounce back. I call it bounce back ability, and I'm not sure that's even a word. It is the decision you make to do everything you can to adjust and recover. And in some cases, recover very quickly from setbacks. The next is purpose. This is where you recognize that you are living for something bigger than yourself. It is what defines your journey. Knowing that you have a message that must get out to those who need it, and that your survival, you pushing through it, what you're going through, predicates somebody else's success. And then you have tenacity. Whoosh! This is where you unleash everything you have within you with grit and determination and resolve to be better than where you previously were, or at the very least, not look like what you have been through. Oh, and I saved the best for last. The last is authenticity. This is where you stand in your power, in the light of that which makes you truly beautiful, knowing that your past contributed to everything that you are now. This is where you own your story, unapologetically, without shame. So one thing I feel I must share at this point is this. Being unscathed isn't a destination you get to. No, it isn't an actual destination. There are no checkered flags that signal when you get there, but rather it is a journey you embark on. I say that it is a journey you stay true to daily that keeps you thriving irrespective of setbacks. Okay, so I don't mean to sound like a prophet of doom here or anything. However, the truth is that we will all face obstacles or setbacks, adversities, whatever you want to call it, at some point in our lives. And for some, might even be multiple points. This is a fact. However, with this as a backdrop, my question to you is this. How will you handle obstacles? Will they be roadblocks for you or springboards? Will adversity turn your focus from getting better to getting bitter? Or will you see adversity-laced setbacks as true gifts for growth that provide you the opportunity to believe in yourself? Will you use it as an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to what you want to achieve? Or will you resign yourself to the cards you have been dealt and be tossed wherever the wind decides? My sincere hope for you is that you do not choose the latter, because that is not what you deserve. I love this great quote by Maya Angelou where she says, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." So in essence, what she was saying here was that you may not be able to control all the events that happen in your life to you, However, the power to decide how it shapes you, it lies within you. So what I believe is that adversity can become a gift. Yes. A gift which, when leveraged, can be used as the building block of a new story. A beautiful story filled with purpose and passion. And this is at the very core of what it means to live unscathed. So for the single mom who has just been through a separation and is wondering, what next for me? Am I ever going to be able to get back up? To that super talented female professional who struggles to show up as who she is daily due to a lack of confidence that stems from experiences she has had in her childhood that have now dented her esteem. To the housewife who feels undervalued, who knows that there is more within her, but she is held back by the limitations within her own mind. To anyone who would like to understand some of the core practices that can help you stay advancing despite adversity, I say get comfortable, because this podcast is for you. The content I share here will motivate, will provoke and challenge you, new thoughts and ideas within you, and support you in thriving and living more purposefully, regardless of where you currently are. On some episodes, you will listen in on conversations and hear stories directly from people I refer to as living unscathed. They will share relatable examples from their lives with you so that you can use as inspiration for yours. On other episodes, I'll be alone, as I am now, speaking directly to you, sharing some of my experiences and what I now know to be the core principles that underpin Unscathed Living. I'm excited to have you on this journey with me, and I cannot wait for us to get started. Here's to us laughing, learning, and growing together as we continue to live unscathed.